Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Jedi Knights Watch. My name is Graham, and today we're going to be doing a video on Moducase and their new packaging and instruction manual. So if you guys watch my videos, you saw last week I did a video on the assembly of a 655 case, and I did that with the new instructions that Moducase sent me. I've been, obviously, as you guys know, I love Moducase and the Moducases that they make. Brian Wong, who is the creator of Moducase and the advocate for them and the leader and does everything, was kind enough to send me that case so that I could assemble it with the new instructions, you know, see how it went and if it was easier to understand and whatnot. And I liked it a lot. I thought it was super easy, didn't have any problems. Love the packaging, and just kind of wanted to go over it with you guys today. Take a look at, well, show you the new instructions, get the word out that there are updated instructions, because I think that was the biggest pain of putting these together, was not knowing exactly where to start, what you're looking at, and how to do it. So if we didn't have people like me making videos, it was almost impossible. But Moducase had like three things kind of going against them, and one thing was like obviously the price. Price is a little bit high, but when you look behind me and you see these awesome cases, I still think they're totally worth it. Everybody might not feel the same way, but I still think they are. And if you take other cabinets and you kind of pin them against cases, I still think it's comparable. These are probably a little bit more expensive, but I still think it's not like as bad as people say. The second thing is just the lead time. It's a long wait. It used to be over a year, more so with the pandemic. Right now, I think they're trying to cut it down to like 6 months, which is still a long time to wait. I really would like to see Moducase be able to have these cases, you know, in stock so that you could pick them up, and I'm hoping that they're working towards that. But the third thing was, again, the instructions. How do we put these things together? It's a nightmare. Once you figure it out, it's not that bad, but having that instruction manual in front of you would really be nice, something that you could easily read. So that's what we're going to look at today. We're going to see if Moducase really, you know, crossed one of those things off their list so that maybe they can start working on the lead time. But going into the packaging, you can see from the videos here. So I have some of the DF120 and the 6110 footage of when I put those cases together. And, you know, you can see that the packaging is a lot different. Things were just individually wrapped. You know, and I think with putting things in this nice foam, I think it's really going to cut down on things arriving damaged and whatnot, because sometimes that happened where you'd wait so long and then you got your cases and they come in and they're damaged. Now, Brian is a great guy and he will fix whatever wrong there is, but it's still something about it coming damaged is just like, dang it, you know, now I gotta wait longer and whatnot. So I'm hoping that cuts down on that. Plus, it's just so much nicer looking. Also, I felt like it was different where back in the day when I got cases, I felt like you could almost still see like the oil on them from like making the cuts. Like, you know, there was like some of that, you know, there was some schnibbles on the end, like some metal schnibbles that, you know, kind of rigid ends and stuff. And I feel like this last case, it was totally different. Like it was well polished off. Like you didn't have any of that stuff. Very clean, very polished off, you know, didn't have any extra schnibbles or anything like that. So that was one thing that I really did like too. So I really do think they're doing good stuff there at Moducase. These Moducases are amazing. But what we're going to do today is just head to the computer. We're going to take a look at where you can find the instructions, and we're going to go through step by step just to show you how easy it is to make these things and how different it might be from how I built them in the past. So let's go. When we get to the Moducase website, now on their page they have all of the like the DF series here. They have the Max, the 6 series, the accessories, and they have, you know, the DF, they break it down to the size, the DF120, DF30, all that stuff. So you have the assembly guide here, you have the full shelf, the half shelf as well. So they have everything here. They also have, you know, a video guide for the video assembly, and something really cool is one of my videos pops up. So it's really cool that Moducase is actually using a couple of my videos to help people to build these things too. So I really like that a lot. That is a very cool feeling to have. But we're going to click on the DF120 and we're just going to kind of look at this. So you have the, and these are going to be found on their website. Now, I do think they should just print these out and include them with each case, but they're probably trying to save, you know, on paper and costs. So I understand it, but I do think people would also like to see it in front of them as opposed to going on the computer, having to print it out, because if they don't print it out, then they have to try to do this in front of a computer. I could just see it being a little bit messy, but I think this is a right step in the right direction. So you get the first page and you see what it's going to look like when it's all built. But I really like this too. We have everything. So you have it laid out. You have that sheet in the box that shows what everything is laid out. But you also have it here too. So it's going to tell you the side frames, the front top frame. I thought maybe it'd be easier if they actually just gave them letters as opposed to saying like back frame, middle bar, side frame. But I don't know if that would work either. You guys let me know in the comments below. Do you think it would work better if for Moducase to just kind of like give them a letter? So like you just take this letter, put it here. I'd be interested to hear about that from you guys. But they give you, all of the other tools too. Like you got this whole pack before and you're just like, oh, I don't know what some of this is for. And now they just tell you what each individual thing is. So, I've had people ask me, what are these? There's the feet for them, It's great that they give you tools, and something that I really love, which Moducase does, is they actually give you more than you need. Now, sometimes companies will give you one extra everything, but Moducase, for the most part, like they give you, like for the screws and the washers, I was getting a ton more than I needed, and that was a really good feeling. Typically you're not going to need all of the connecting tools, but it's nice to have them. So I just have like a whole container back in my storage of just Moducase stuff. So really like that a lot. But then the next one is just the panels. They show you which each panel is and whatnot. So that's nice. And then it tells you how everything's kind of going together. But here we start to put the weather stripping in. And then, they're telling you to put the washers into the screws. So it's really easy. It's a lot easier to read. You're really just going, step 1, step 2, step 3, and then it's giving you the pictures. Step 1, step 2, step 3. So you're just kind of following along here. I think this is a lot easier. And then something that's different from when I built mine was you're starting with the sides and you're building the cubes, and then you're going to join them together. But it shows you too, like the pilot hole and how you would just, put the Allen wrench through. Shows you all the bars and what their names are, how they go together. Here again too, how it slips into that channel. So you make sure the washer is in on that one side as well. You've obviously got the screw hole here that's on the outside. It shows you all that stuff that I talk about in my videos. As we keep going down here, once you get the panel, you're going to start with the horizontal bars, making sure, see they're labeling the magnets and the pilot hole here. So that's really good on their part. I think it's just detailed, but it's not too hard to read either. It tells you how to put the back panels in, which is right here. This is, it's different than how I built it. And I think you can build these different ways, but I think they're trying to give you the easiest way possible, because on the final step of mine, it got really difficult to get that last bar to line up with everything. So I think this is going to be a lot easier. And now I haven't built the DF120 per their directions, but again, I have built the 655s, and it really was a breeze. I didn't have a problem at all. So everything just slid together, and you can watch that video if you want. So yeah, I'm really impressed with this. With these new instructions. I think it's one thing that Moducase can really cross off their list of things that might have been holding them back a little bit. Maybe price is a little expensive, and that lead time. I think the lead time is the one thing they really do have to work on. But again, I'm not part of that business, so I can't really tell what's going on behind the scenes, what they're working on, what the troubles might be on getting some of this stuff out. It could just take time that they just don't have right now, because these are a popular way to display your collectibles, whether that be Lego statues or Hot Toys. So hopefully, they keep growing and they'll keep figuring out. I think they're really on to really good things right here. But again, so they have you building it this way, and then your last piece is putting the side on. So I didn't do that. I put this back piece on last, and you slide it in, but you have like the 4 screws that it's got to line up with, and it got frustrating. So I think this is going to be a lot easier. I didn't even think about like sliding this panel on, then sliding like this on. We slid, I think, this horizontal bar on, and then this one was the last one. So it's a different way to build it, and I think this will alleviate a lot of headaches out there. So then obviously last is going to be your board to put in, and that's really it. So it's 22 steps, but it's not too bad. I don't think this is bad at all. I think this is a lot better than the instructions they had before. Again, the only thing I question is, should this be in the actual box so that you have it in front of you? Like, is it still a little bit of a hassle to have to try to print it or be in front of a computer to build this? You know, that's again for you guys to decide. So I'd love to hear your feedback, what you guys think of this. All right, guys, well, there you have it. Hopefully this video helped you out, because obviously that's what it's for, is really just to get the word out and let people know, hey, Moducase or Moducase actually has updated instructions that can really make your life a lot easier when it comes to building these cases. I really do think they crossed one of their negatives off the list. I think they can't really do much about price. It is what it is. You know, if that's what they think is fair, that's what they think is fair. Plenty of people are still buying them, but I do think the last thing they could work on is that lead time. Would love to see them be able to get things in stock that you can just buy and have shipped to you, but we'll see if we ever get to that. But yeah, I think this list makes it a lot easier. I think this is going to alleviate a lot of headaches for people, and I'm really excited to see what Moducase does in the future. And again, thank you, Brian, for hooking me up with these cases to be able to trial and get the word out to these people about how easy these new instructions are. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Give me your feedback as well. Let me know what you think about the cases and the new instructions and the packaging. Would love to hear from you as always. Thank you so much for the support. And until next time, stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon.